Okay, so we have started looking into looping and we covered the while loop syntax and a few sample codes. Let's look at a few more examples to understand how to write codes using while loop. So let's take the next example. So the question is write a program to count the number of digits in a given number. So if I give a number like 1, 2, 3, 4, the answer should come out as 4. There are 4 digits in this number, right? If I give a number as 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the answer should come out as 5 digits, right? So how do we go about doing this? Let's quickly understand the logic first. Now we have seen a similar program when we were doing conditional statements. When we were doing if condition, we had written a similar program where we were extracting digits from a number. So here I have the number 1, 2, 3, 4. Let us say I divide it by 10. I will get 123.4, and if I convert this to integer it will become 123, right? So one division, one digit got removed. Okay, now remember, we are not concerned about what the digit is in this question. It is only the counting of number of digits. What is the number is not relevant to us for this question, right? So first division, I got 123.4, convert to integer it became 123. So I divide this by 10 again, it becomes 12.3, convert it to integer, it becomes 12, divide by 10 again, it becomes 1.2, convert it to integer, it becomes 1. Fine. Now first one division, two division, three divisions. After three divisions, the number is less than 10. Right. So if I take each division, gives me one number. So this division gave me one digit of the number. Second division, second digit. Third division, third digit, followed by the last digit, which is this. So if I divide it three times, I have got three digits. And if after the divisions, if the number is less than 10, then that means I can't divide further. I only have a single digit number. So this 1, this 2, this is 3, this is 4. So this is a 4 digit number. So similarly, if I have the second number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, first division convert to integer, it will be 4, 5, 6, 7. Second division convert to integer, it will be 4, 5, 6. Third division convert to integer, it will be 4, 5. Fourth division convert to integer, it will be 4. So now count the number of divisions: 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last digit is this. So there are 5 digits in this number. Fine. So that is the logic we'll be using to write the program. So the condition for us to stop this division is when the number becomes less than 10, right? So we take the input from the user, typecast it to integer, uh, and initialize a count value to keep a count of number of divisions we are doing. Make a copy of the original number into temporary so that we don't lose the original number. Now as long as this number is greater than 10, so while the number is greater than 10, what we have to do, we have to say temp division by 10. After divide by 10, convert it to integer, assign it back to temp itself. So we can do that because we are not interested in the intermediate results like this 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5. We don't want to store that. The question does not require us to store these numbers, right? So we are just dividing it and assigning the result back to the same variable. So temp divide by 10, assign it back to temp itself. But before assigning, convert it to integer. So whatever here after division I would have got 4567.8, convert to integer it becomes 4567. So that's what we are doing here. For each division, increment the count to indicate we did one division. So as long as this value is above 10, we'll keep dividing it. Once it becomes less than 10, the loop will stop. it will come back to the um, program outside the loop, where we'll increment it to once more to indicate that to accommodate the last digit which is left out, which is the number, single digit number which is left out. And then we can print the number of digits in number are this many. So num is the original number that we got, count is the number of digits that are there. So let's try to execute it. Let's see if we can make it work. Right. So I will start a debug mode just to make sure. Let me clear the variables first. Import data options. Okay. Okay. So we'll start from the beginning now. Let me start a debug console. So we'll start stepping into it each time. The first line is going to be executed. Uh, Now it's asking for me to enter a number. Let's take 1, 2, 3, 4 from the example that we have taken and say enter. It comes to this. So we have num initialized to 1, 2, 3, 4 now. Then the next line. So the count is equal to 0. Temp also becomes 1, 2, 3, 4 because we are assigning num to temperature, no, num to temp. Alright, and while the temp is greater than 10, so now current value of temp is greater than 10, so it will enter the loop. Okay, so you can see when we step, it comes into the loop. What is it doing? It is doing division by 10 and assigning back to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4 divide by 10, convert to integer. Okay, okay, something happened. Okay, it restarted because of some reason. Let me go back. Okay, now you can see temp has become 1, 2, 3 after this division. Now the count is as of now 0. It will get incremented by 1. The count becomes 1. Right? And temp is 1, 2, 3, so it's greater than 10. Come into the loop again. Divide by 10, it becomes 12. 12 is greater than 10. So again, come into it. Do one more division. It becomes 1. Count again gets incremented. So now when you see the value of temp, it is 1 and it is comparing with 10. So 1 is not greater than 10. So it will not come into the loop. It directly come to this line. Okay. So let's come to the line after the loop. Here again the count will get incremented to 4. So now we have counted the number of digits. The entered number is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 has 4 digits that is visible in the count variable. So we'll just print the value to the output. The number of digits in 1, 2, 3, 4 are 4. Okay, and that is all. The program gets over. Finished. Okay, so we can see how the while loop can be used with a condition here based on some operation. We're doing some operation on temp, and based on the result, we're doing a comparison, and we're trying to keep looping as long as this condition is true. All right. So hope that program was clear. Let me just one more example just to make things a little clear. This is easier, so let's repetition of that. Take something else. Okay, so write a program to keep taking input from the user as long as the number entered by the user is divisible by 5. Print the message divisible by 5 for every input. So the question says keep on taking input from the user as long as the number that the user is entering is divisible by 5. So divisibility is checked by modulus 5. Right? So here again we can see that we don't know how many times we want to repeat the loop. The repetitions are dependent on a condition. So again we have seen that whenever it's a condition based repetition, we have to use while loop. Right? So we take a number from the user, do a modulus while the number modulus 5 is equal to 0. That means the number is divisible by 5. You print that the number is divisible by 5, takes the next input, and again go back and check if it's a divisible by 5. So this will keep on repeating as long as the number that user enters here is not divisible by 5. So we can start a debug console and see how it works. So I step into the first line of the code. It says enter the number. Let's say enter the number 10. It comes here 10 modulus 5 is done. 10 modulus 5 is 0 because 10 is divisible by 5. So d0 is equal to 0. So this condition becomes true. So if this condition is true, then it will go into the if loop. So this condition becomes true because 10 modulus 5 will be 0. So it will enter the while loop. It will print the message 10 is divisible by 5 and again ask for the next input. Enter the next number. I'll say 22. Let's say. So now the number is 22. 22 is divided by 10 divided by 5. It will give a remainder of 2 because 22 is not divisible by 5. So 2 is not equal to 0. So this condition becomes false. It will exit from here. It will not go into this while loop and simply exit the code because there's nothing else to do after the while loop on it. So it will simply exit. Here you can see it came out of the program. So that's how your code works, right? So uh, while keyword, uh, any condition which can be true or false, colon operator, and then the indentation. Keep giving indentation as long as you have inside the loop. Right. So that's about it for the samples part.